Hello, welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside report. We are in February 2020. My name is Gary Peer.
Yes, your name is still Gary Peer and mine's Jeremy Roses.
You are
2020, Gary.
It happened
This
quick.
is the first episode, you know.
It
that,
is,
don't
I
you?
know. We started a bit late, but the market hasn't started late, has it?
The market
It's flying,
woke up early, Gary. The market is alive
What's
and well.
going
what a weekend
on?
we've just had.
We've had a thumper weekend. We've done 26 out of 28.
Yes, a
There's
good
buyers
weekend.
everywhere, bidders everywhere, prices are up. Everything's happening out there. It's gone crazy, hasn't it?
It's got, as Ken Bruce would say, Gary, it has
Completely
gone
mad.
absolutely mad.
Completely mad, he would say. Jeremy, let's talk about some of the things that have been going on.
We can't
But
actually
firstly,
ignore the fact, Gary, that we are in fact
Yes,
under
well,
siege here.
We are.
in this
It's a
office.
little bit of a little bit hard to focus right now because we're in a building
got
where there's
one,
lots of big windows.
two,
We've now
three,
got
four
four
police
police cars. We've got a car that's just been parked with someone that must have just run out of it because I think they've tried to hold up the Bendigo Bank just around the corner. Okay. I'll find out. Hey, g'day.
Getaway car.
Down here.
Community bank, Gary. I don't know why you'd go to a community bank.
Well, they obviously feel that they're part of the community. They're entitled to whatever's inside there. So we've got the helicopter
just be
overhead. We're right in the middle of it. It's
Anyway, let's
no
just
lack of drama.
soldier on, Gary.
No lack of drama, is there? Anyway, let's just talk a
How
little
was
bit
your
about what's
summer,
going on.
first of all?
Oh, my summer was wonderful, Jeremy. We
Obviously,
closed
you
out.
didn't no time in the sun by the look of things.
Well, I've got to be very careful with my lily white skin, Mr. Rosens.
Yes.
What about you? How was your
I had a
time?
bit of sun. I had a
you?
bit of sun, but it was good. It was good to have
Yeah?
a break. But I got to tell you, Gary, I missed real estate.
Yep.
And I'm rapt to be back.
And did you miss me?
Like a dog without a bone, Gary, I missed you.
That's
I
fantastic.
pined for you at
I
night.
thought you might have. I just wanted to see, that we're still on track.
Of
in terms
course,
our,
Gary,
our
of
beautiful
course.
relationship over all these years.
Probably
Jeremy,
not appropriate to hug on camera.
No, I don't think so. Just a little one. But look, let's just talk about how we closed off last year because there were some big sales. I mean, I remember one of the last sales of the year was that property that we had in, was it Wave Street?
It
Elwood?
was Wave
It was a
Street,
great
which
home,
is
wasn't
an
it?
iconic little location, Gary, in Elwood,
Now,
Wave Street.
You know, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I know at the auction it was a bit quiet. It was passed in.
Yes.
And we thought, oh, gee, this is a bit quiet. And then all of a sudden, it all just
Post-auction,
exploded after the auction.
it
didn't
went berserk,
Buy
and
here,
I
a
think-
buy there, a
Did
buy
we
here.
actually get a price that was over and above our asking price, or really close to it?
Yeah, I
we
think
lifted
so.
our ask.
I think
and-
we lifted because there was someone at the auction that was interested, and then we got a substantially higher. And I think I've just been on the Bentley report with Leon before,
Yes.
and I made the comment, Jeremy, that
Yes, Gary.
sometimes it's better not to accept what's at the auction. How about that for a bit of
That
a
is very-
contrary view to how most agents practice?
Very anti-agent speak.
Yeah,
that,
it
I would have
is.
thought.
And there's sometimes you find vendors that will say to you, look, we want to hang up for more, and you say no, well don't. But sometimes we will say, look, hang out for more,
Yes.
because we think that we can get you more. And invariably, when we put that advice on the table, we're right, aren't we? Yes. So that one was sold for an undisclosed amount, but of
Yes,
course, well over
Gary.
$2 million. The asking price,
Well
I think, was
over in
around
excess.
2.2 or thereabouts. Sold in the ballpark. Jeremy, tell us about, there was another interesting property we sold, and that was over $3 million.
Yes.
Tell us about that one, Marine Parade. Yeah.
Gary. What a gorgeous home.
Don't
What
we
a
love
gorgeous
Marine
home,
Parade?
Right on the beach, Gary.
Yep.
Well, a little bit of removed
Bayside
from the beach,
living
but
at its finest,
very
if you will.
much, you're very preoccupied here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Wait till the dogs come in and then they
Yeah, they
cuff-
start sniffing,
Imagine
I know.
they start banging on the door asking if we've seen anything.
Well, one of the things I do find, of course, a little bit amusing is that Inkerman Road office, which is a beautifully positioned office.
Yes,
We're
yeah.
often called for our tape because it has a slightly different identity late at night there than it does during
Let's
the day
take
in
on
the
a
professional
whole
environment.
different variety of things that offers. But anyway,
We're off track.
well over
Parade.
$3 million there,
Yep.
that sale, and an iconic St Kilda sale. And I've got to say, Gary, that was again a case of two offices working in harmony. Our Bentley office
Yes.
with Jan Dawson, who listed that property,
Yes.
got the fabulous female partnership of Limor Herskovitz and Nikki Janover came together
combine
with
them
Jan.
together, you could say that,
And
Limor
yes,
Janover, yeah.
you could do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they went and made a magnificent sale.
Who was
there
the
on
auctioneer
Marine
there?
Parade. That'd be Philip
Philip.
Kingston.
So we've got Philip who sits in Caulfield,
Yes.
we've got the girls who sit in St Kilda, we've got Jan who's in Bentley, and we all come together in a beautiful, harmonious transaction which the vendor and purchaser both win from.
all to the benefit of them. Gary.
Exactly right.
But this year, we've
yeah.
got to talk about this year, Gary, because it's all about 2020. I've got to tell
It's
you
2020 vision.
a couple of stats that have changed, and I'm speaking off the cuff here because I haven't done the exact maths, but this is my general feel, is that the amount of people that are open for inspections has probably gone up by 20 to 30, maybe even 40% in some instances.
Compared
some
to
of
when?
the to last year.
Now, well, hang on, let's just talk about that for a second.
Yes, let's. I'm happy.
Let's talk about February 2019.
Uh-huh.
How did it feel? What was it like?
Well, I can tell you statistically, Gary,
Yep.
from the offerings that were on the market, there wasn't a lot as much as what there is now, at least for us. Now, we had a chat with someone who works for a very noted website that
Yes.
deals in real estate.
Yes.
And their statistics are that they are 6% up
Yes.
on offerings.
On offer, yeah, that's right.
We are
This
in
time
fact
compared to last time.
22% up on
Yeah.
offerings.
So we're outperforming the market, thankfully, from that
Yes.
point of view. But just
that's
in terms
not
of
what that's about, though. That's more about a state of the market, Gary.
well, the market's up by 6% in
Yes.
volume
Yes.
across Victoria.
Yep.
But how about the results and
So
the biddings
depth
and
of
bidding,
interest, Gary. We had
and
an auction on the
interest and
weekend with
inquiry,
8 bidders.
and emails. Yes,
8 bidders, Gary.
Yeah.
How do you get 8? But we were having 8 people at an open last year.
That's
now we've
true.
got 8 bidders.
I know. Well, don't listen.
So
don't
this
get,
market,
don't-
I'm emotional about it, Gary. I'm
Very
excited
fiery.
about the market in 2020.
Starting to scare me.
But it's on fire, Gary.
Now,
I
which
mean,
auction was that
26
for
to
the 8
28.
bidders? Talking about Nightingale?
No, that had 7 bidders, Gary, in
Yeah.
Nightingale Street, which is, gee, you're good at the segue.
Not bad.
Well, at least you haven't dropped any silly jokes and dad jokes, and we had a good
yeah.
joke this morning. That was quite funny.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yes, Nightingale Street, 7 bidders. Tell us about it, Gary, because you were the auctioneer there, and gee,
Well,
you looked good
you
out
know
there.
what? I looked good, but gee, I didn't look so good with the price range because I was off the mark. I don't mind saying. I'm happy to share that because when I looked at it last year and we listed it last year, we were going off sales from the last part of last year.
good.
So I thought maybe we might get in that sort of 8s or 9s. Anyway,
Yes.
what did I know?
Yep, not a lot,
Sometimes I
obviously.
know nothing, but I know our processes are good, and that's why it sold for $1,255,000.
That's
I think it
correct,
was,
Gary.
with 8 bidders off
7.
the charts, 7 bidders. Sorry, what a great result! What
A great
auction.
result,
Yeah.
and another string in the bow of our balaclava
We love it, balaclava.
sales
Oh, you
that are
were
happening
busy
there.
on the weekend too. You were in
I
Mitford
was.
Street.
I'll tell you
think
what I
an
want to
auction
talk
there.
about, Gary,
Yeah,
because
okay.
I'm going to say this now because
Okay.
I guarantee you within 2 to 3 weeks,
Yep.
this will become front line, top of the newspaper,
Headlines.
page 1, Gary. About agents underquoting.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
it's got to come, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
now
every
that the
time the market
market's
goes
moving
up,
up,
yeah, it's the
we-
agent's fault.
Yeah, but
It's
I
our
want,
fault.
but
And it's a difficult
it's not the case.
It's a tricky time.
Well, look at
because
Nightingale,
prices
Gary.
they're increasing, and then you base the value on what they were before.
Yes.
You don't take into account what they have increased to because you don't know what the increase is.
Well,
That's
we
the
are
problem
moving
we're
quickly,
facing,
Gary,
Jeremy.
because when the clearance rates are at 80% for the state, that
Yeah.
is a sign of a really positive market that's moving from week to week,
And
not
90
not stable.
93% for us. Take us through some other sales, please, won't you?
7 at 23 Mitford Street,
Yep.
Gary. I enjoyed doing some auction duties there with
Yep.
Michael Jonas, who handled that file
Yep.
perfectly.
Yeah, he did.
Read it well, 2 buyers, 2 bidders going for it, on the market at $495, Gary,
Yep.
top of the range, sold $552,000 to our vendor who was on the phone,
Yep.
FaceTiming from her new house in the Greek Island. So Lambeth Place was
Yeah.
a beautiful old style apartment, Gary,
Yeah, we
which we
sold that,
sold
didn't we?
for $640,000 during the week. In fact, we sold it for $642,000, Gary.
In fact, by the way, it was one of 2 properties that we'd passed in from our first auction weekend 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
of which both are sold now.
Have sold
So 100%
from the first week.
93% for the second week.
But the second week, Gary, the 26 of 28, the 2
Yeah.
that haven't sold have offers on
Yeah,
them
that's right.
currently,
Yeah.
dealing with buyers. But more importantly, the discussion of older style apartments. What a beautiful apartment in Wimbledon.
Go on. Yeah.
What are you looking at?
No, I don't know, because I saw you sort of trail off there, and I thought you're
Is
just
he gonna
gonna
bring it back?
Yeah, I thought you're going to bring it back because like I'm the older guy here, and I thought you're scaring me.
I think you're a little bit more than just the older guy, Gary.
Yeah.
You are. You're about a year away from needing Depend nappies, Gary.
I don't know, I can still remember what I'm talking about, which I'm a bit
This is
concerned
2,
about.
but anyway, older style apartments, 13A
Wimbledon Avenue.
at number 3, Wimbledon Avenue,
Tell
Gary.
us about it.
That was an awesome sale. This
Yep.
is 2 offices working beautifully as well.
Yes.
Joel Sir from our Caulfield office listed that property with a good client of theirs.
Yep.
And Limor
Yeah.
was dealing with a buyer who
Yeah.
missed out the property across the road about 8 months ago, took
Yep.
them across.
Yep.
Sold
Bang.
it on the day of the auction, Gary. Great
Is it
price
disclosed,
as
you know?
well. Well, it says N here.
Not disclosed, yeah, but
Yes.
it was well above.
So the
it.
first 3 results seem
we
to
were
be
quoting. We
undisclosed,
were
but
quoting
we've
how much? We
disclosed
were
them.
quoting in the
We were
8s.
quoting 8 to 880, and it's
And
fair
we-
to say
it
that it
ran away a lot more.
well in
Well,
excess of
well,
that,
well,
Gary.
like that,
Speaking
yep.
of well in excess of that, at 201 at 120 Hotham Street in St Kilda,
Yes.
so I was lucky enough to do the
Yes.
auction there. Had a reserve of $815,000.
You did.
Had 1, 2, 3, 4 bidders fighting for that one, Gary, and sold for $954,000.
That's not the first time that property's been offered for sale. Let's talk about. Let's have a moment of boast and talk about that.
Well,
can we?
whilst we're boasting, we can stand on the head of 2 other agents,
Yeah.
Gary, because
Oh,
2 other agents
that's a
had
bit
this
of
for
a-
sale.
that's a bit of a
I'm
crass way of doing
Well,
it,
I
talking
am
about-
brutal, Gary, in this instance,
Indeed, you are.
because Where they failed, we succeeded, but they failed at $100,000 less than we actually succeeded. So they had it on the market for $850 privately and trying to show buyers through, but we came along with an auction strategy and sold it for $954,000.
We can say the price there, can we?
Well, we just did.
Fair enough. Any other auctions or sales?
Yes, there was a nice little,
it's getting boring.
nice little result, Gary, in Wellington Street, where we sold.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you like us. It's about music, Gary.
Yeah, the music, House of Music.
House of Music. It actually sold to an MSO violinist.
Wow.
My stepfather is an MSO violinist as well.
Is that right?
Yes,
Your stepfather?
retired.
Really?
Yes.
There you go. Now they've got detectives rolling up here as well.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, they're probably now just securing your vehicle as we speak, Gary.
Go hot.
That's it. We sold it.
And
we sold it.
yeah.
I thought you wanted to talk because it was about music, and I know you love talking about music and
the
terrible
price?
jokes. Well, I can tell you the price was $959,000.
What's the
Gary.
story in Fitzroy? Got an interesting person who owns that property.
Well, so we're moving into. We're
Let's just keep going. Get rid of it. Yeah, exactly right. You can't put your arm outside of the green screen because it just disappears. It's like something freaky. It's like
I actually want to tell. I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, no.
Can we do it?
We'll do it together.
Yeah.
1,
Okay,
2, 3. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, how was it over there?
It was good.
Zone?
Well,
yeah, good.
geez, you know what I did see though? I saw what's happening for real estate in 2020. It's going to be a good year.
Oh, you have to go out there, like
Yes,
the Twilight Zone.
out to the Twilight Zone.
Do-do-do-do.
We are selling Gary for a very, 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 very good cricketer who played for Australia.
Wow.
I think he's played for the Stars.
Yes.
Big bad Johnny Hastings. I sold this apartment to him a few years ago. This was his Melbourne base because it was across the road from a
I know
junction
nothing
oval.
about cricket. Was he a good cricketer?
He was a
I
great
don't know
cricketer.
anything. Yeah,
he was a big, bustling, rampaging fast bowler.
Batsman or bowler?
Pretty handy with the willow as well, Gary. Could swing like a dunny door, as they say.
What's
He was
what's
on
a willow?
A willow is the piece of the cashmere willow that they use as a bat.
Oh, okay, fair enough. There you go.
Yeah, that was great, Gary. I really appreciate your help on that
our
one.
family never understood cricket. My mother used to say to me, "Can you explain cricket to me, son?" And I'd say, "I can't." She goes, "Because everybody's still and they run and they stop." That was her assessment.
You do love your
Which is what it
sport
was.
though, Gary.
I know, but not that.
I mean, you're not
cricket.
good. What sports are
Not
you
very
good at?
I was not bad, handy at tennis. I think
You are good at
Yeah,
tennis
not
because
bad.
you've beaten me at tennis.
Have I? No,
No,
we
I
played
just
doubles
wanted
together.
to-
I
yeah,
think.
we did play.
That
No,
was
you
nice.
do- you- we
We
do,
played
we
doubles,
always-
and
yes,
it was
we
good
all-
because I stood at the back and you did the running, and I said,
did
"Good
do a
shot."
bit of work
And
that
I was
time.
I was the spiritual leader of that team.
As you are of the company, because you don't do a lot there, and you're the spiritual leader as well.
Shall we talk about some more offerings?
Robe Street, Gary. I want to talk about this apartment,
Yeah.
and this
auctioning it.
is.
I'm blowing my nose again. Go on. It's a very unprofessional episode, this one.
Do you
Robe
reckon
Street.
Carl Stefanovic, who
Yeah.
is now back on the Today Show, wipes his nose?
Do you reckon
He
Carl
probably
Stefanovic
does.
is a real estate agent from Caulfield or what? I reckon he's an international celebrity, and
I
we're
don't
just
think
talking
he's-
about real
I don't
estate.
think he's international. 1 Robe Street, Gary. This is the most
Love it.
gorgeous looking apartment
I
block.
know it well,
And
mate.
you can smell the salt from the beach.
You can.
Just a stone's
Taste it.
throw.
You
can
can
taste
put
it,
your
Gary.
tongue out the window, you can taste it. I've done it. I've tested it. It's a beautiful location there. This is an oversized apartment, Jeremy,
is, Gary.
in a small boutique block. And,
Yes.
and it's been popular.
Yes.
And I'm auctioning it, I think, at 1:30 on
Yes,
Saturday.
that is
and I'm
true,
excited.
Gary.
And there'll be a big crowd there. And Daniel Mickmucker has been working
Handled
hard
it
on it.
beautifully, and
Are
I
you gonna
reckon
come to
we're
that
going to have
auction,
some.
or
I
have you
can't
got
because
something
I'm
on?
going to be at the other one, Gary.
Which one are you going to be at?
Thomas Street, Gary.
Ah, no, well, no, you won't be at Thomas Street.
Well, I'll
by
be
then.
signing the
You'll be
con, and then I'll be
finishing it,
yes.
yeah.
But
Maybe you've got time.
Well, I've
Come
got
out.
another one straight after, Gary.
well, you won't be anywhere then, will you?
Because I'm going to 7 at 58 Alexandra Street straight after that to auction that, Gary.
What time's that?
That's going to be a bull terror.
What time's that on Saturday?
That's going to be at 2:30, Gary.
Oh, mate, what terror?
You know, like a tennis ball, you pop them open.
right.
You know,
Ah,
when you
because
hit a ball really hard,
yeah.
it tears open.
Ah, so that's at 2:30. So you might have time to get to Robe Street in between. See if you can
No,
get there.
Gary.
Anyway, tell us about
I
what
would
else
like
is
to
coming
get
up.
there. Well,
because
Alexandra Street, Gary.
Yep.
Here it is. Let's have a look. It's just
Okay.
here. Have a look at it.
Hey,
Beautiful
look, I love that.
double-storey town residence,
That's a
Gary.
great-looking
In a
place.
small block right in the heart of St Kilda East, Gary. That is going to be an exciting auction on this Saturday, Gary, the 29th of February. 7 to 7:70 is the range. I'm going to be there at 2:30,
we
Gary.
talked about the owner of Fitzroy, but not the property. Tell us about it.
This is an iconic block, Gary,
Indeed.
called the Waldorf in Fitzroy Street.
love
Right
that
there,
block.
just
I know
on
it.
top of Fitzroy. It's a beautiful looking
What's in a
building.
Waldorf salad? Do you know?
I think that you would find, Gary, that it must have some sort of nut in it. I think it might even have like a pecan type of nut in it.
You're not serious. You don't know. Why do you think it's called a Waldorf salad?
Because they put Waldorfs in
They
it.
put walnuts in it. Well, some sort of a nut. You couldn't work
Where's
out
the
which one.
Dorf coming from?
That the endorphins that you get from the walnut. No, he's got apple, walnuts, and if you can know what the other ingredients are, and you put it lettuce, I think so, and if you can put it through
you are a bit of a salad nut, aren't you?
I love salads.
You introduced me to the cob salad.
How good's a cob salad?
Cob salad is superb.
Someone tell us where to get cob salad in Melbourne.
Yeah, you can come to my Mishy will make it for you. No problem.
Your Mishy's not open for business 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Settle down there, Gary. I didn't feel like you're talking about it that way.
Let's move on, shall we? Okay.
Probably lucky she doesn't watch the show, Gary.
The Fitzroy Street, great apartment.
Yes, it is a great apartment, and I'm looking forward to doing that one on Saturday morning, Gary. Big Johnny Hastings will be there. I reckon we'll sign some autographs too.
Good stuff.
On a contract,
Hey, Glen Road, Elwood, take us through this one, because I like the look at this property too.
Looking forward to this one, Gary.
Tell us
$450 to $495, generously proportioned, Gary, and perfectly positioned, that one right in the heart of Elwood. Looking forward to it.
24 Carrington Grove has been the same family. I think they built it 50 years ago or something like that. It's been in the same hands for a long time. It's a great address. Gary. I know the vendors because the vendors have been there forever.
Yes.
I used to go to school across the road, and the vendor's daughter was with me at school across the road.
Hold on a second,
Ripon Lee
Gary.
Primary School.
You went to school?
I did, primary school.
Yeah,
Primary school. And I've got to tell you that this vendor was my first girlfriend, the vendor's daughter. When we were 6 years old, it was very intimate.
Hold on a second.
We held hands going to assembly.
So this is the parents of your first girlfriend.
Yeah.
And despite you as a horrible boyfriend, they've still listed under the banner. I noticed I noticed it's not your listing.
No, it's not.
It's more that's taken the slack there.
I resemble that remark.
Yes, you do resemble that remark.
Anyway.
Did you mean to say that, Gary?
Yeah, I did.
Was that was your attempt at humour? I've got to say, these policemen, rain, hail or shine, it's pouring out there and they're having a crack at it. Good on them.
They're big guys. Hotham Street, St Kilda East, going up for auction. I think it might be Sunday at 10:30 a.m. if I'm not
Gary,
mistaken.
it is, and this is a lovely apartment just up the road from we had a crossover of Dandenong Road. A great little 60s style apartment, very ornate, few period features. Looking forward to that. Where style and substance combine, Gary.
Always things happen while we're doing this show. Today we've got. Last time someone ran into your car. Remember a few years ago? They ran into your car, and today we've got the police over here. With
We've had other things happen other than that. We've had a few funny things.
Oh, we had something fall down from a bird. Remember, we had a bird in a chimney. That was with you as well.
Yes.
Had a bird in a chimney. Yeah, we've had funny things happen to us. Let's talk about the other Hotham Street apartment. Also, 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. Take us through it, Mr.
Art Deco Delight, Gary. Courtyard apartment. This one is a ripper. I am looking forward to that, but I couldn't tell you too much about it because it's written here. Yeah. But it's a big deck, Gary. That is a big deck. The Samuel brothers are going to be down there selling that one.
You don't mess with the Samuel brothers and they come riding into Hotham Street.
You don't.
We've learnt that.
You don't mess with the younger brother.
No.
It should be the older brother. Because he's a unit.
That's right. 9 Talbot Avenue, that is such a good address.
This is beautiful. This is a beautiful period home, Gary. This is where period meets modern living.
Yep.
Beautiful floor plan. We have absolutely loved bringing this to the market. I know that Limor and Nikki have enjoyed standing there and talking to the buyers. Beautiful parcel of land, 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2 car parks. 1st of March, 10:30, Gary. That is probably not a February auction. No. We're going into March with that one.
Oh, it's on Sunday.
It's actually my wife's birthday, Sunday the 1st of March.
Happy birthday to her. Is she okay now?
I love you dearly.
She was sick a little bit, wasn't she?
She's okay now. We've come out the other end, so to speak.
Bad chicken, we'll leave that comment there, but bad chicken, not good.
No.
Fulton Street, this is the block where there's a tennis court and pool.
It is. It's resort style living, Gary.
Right next to Kilda.
You can use that famous line which you love to say. Tennis, anyone?
Right.
Or you can have a bit of a swim in the pool.
I say that for Tennis Grove, because Tennis Grove's on this weekend. I've said that already.
Gary. I appreciate that. But you know what this is a really good quality 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car. Great floor plan, easy to live in and a great location.
We finish off in Goulay Street, Jeremy, this 1 bedroom apartment with a courtyard.
Good courtyard, Gary.
It is a sensational apartment. The last sale on the block had people queuing up. Literally the first inspection, I think we had 70 groups of people queuing up to get in. That's incredible, and that's what's going on in the marketplace at the moment, Jeremy Rosen.
I did want to say, Gary, because I'm taking the opportunity today at 3 o'clock to have a haircut.
Yeah, good on you.
And I think it would be remiss of me not to book one in for you.
Really, yeah.
Maybe at 4 or 5, because it's growing out of areas that it shouldn't really grow in.
Yeah. Don't concern yourself with my hair. Just concern yourself with your professional commitment to the business, and concern yourself with the experiences you're giving vendors and sellers, which are mostly overwhelmingly wonderful. In fact, I think they just about all are. And that's what's going on out there in the marketplace, Jeremy. Sales are happening, listings are happening,
it's a
people
big
are bidding.
Gary.
It's a massive year. Strap yourself in.
Break.
And buyers and sellers can both be happy, Jeremy, because buyers have got some choice. I know you've got to compete, and it's hard, and it's hot, but you've got to get out there and compete for properties right now because at least you've got them out there. Like last year, there was nothing good around.
Not much choice,
and if you're a
Gary.
seller, well, it's happy days are here again because there's lots of competition out there in the world of real estate, particularly in St Kilda and Bayside. That's a big wrap on this edition, Mr. Rosens. I think
Thank
I'm
you,
winding
Gary.
up now. You ready
Great
to go?
to have you back again, and
Good to be
wishing
here.
everybody a fabulous 2020. And we'll see you next time.
Look forward to helping you out with your real estate needs. Bye.